What's up, everybody? This is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this is Project Valaria. That's right. I did a small teaser on it, mostly because, well, we lost a lot of audio and we had some fun that day, but it's winter and our equipment really don't like the cold. You can look around here and look, it's all icy right now. So I even accidentally got into a little bit of this ice storm before it really got going and got the roads bad, and got ice all over my helmet the other day going home. So if you saw that picture on Facebook, it said, kids, watch the weather before you go out. That's why, is because, well, I got out in the middle of the stupid ice, and we made it home before it got slick or anything. But yeah, luckily it's pretty much all died down again. We're between storms, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out Project Valaria here and talk to you about her. So Project Valaria, she is a 1979 Honda CX 500 Seek. So this is the custom model for this particular motorcycle. This is the first year bike for the custom. They had the 500 standard come out the year before in 1978, and well, woohoo, that's what you get when you have old bikes right there. Get some funny things happening with everything every once in a while. Anyway, so this bike here was found on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna ignore that. Try to. It's like 26 degrees right now or something like that. This bike hates the cold. When it's warm, that thing works just fine, but getting this thing going, it's just like, I don't like you right now. At any rate, so when it comes down to these older motorcycles, I found this one on Facebook Marketplace from a gentleman that likes to go out and find motorcycles and purchase them and try to bring them back to Providence and be riding again and things. So he likes to try to find them in the best original shape they can, and he doesn't want to release them to people who are just going to chop them up and not appreciate what they are. And the one thing is I do have a plan, yes, to one day purchase a motorcycle that we'll be using as a bike that will be turned into a cafe racer. Yes, I want to do that. That is something that the team wants to do. But this motorcycle simply doesn't deserve that. This motorcycle is, like I said, 40 years old, 1979. And this poor girl has not seen the 8,200 miles on this clock. This is a replacement clock because the other one flat didn't work anymore. It only has around 6,400 miles on it now. So this bike barely has anything on it. It never got to see a life that it deserves. Motorcycles deserve to be ridden. They don't deserve to just be thrown in the back of a barn and forgotten about for several years. They deserve to be out there, to be ridden, to be a machine that is appreciated. So this bike is going to get that reward. This bike is going to be restored, not resto modded, not chopped, not touched, restored. So the big plans for this motorcycle is to get it to the friends that I have that I know can help out. The guy that owns the Moto Guzzi dealership, Don Momau, he actually started out basically as a motorcycle restoration modder. And with that being said, he actually takes these bikes and will put them back into original condition, or you can get them in a fully modified condition as well. So you can do either or with him. So I'm going to take this bike over to his shop, and we're going to start the process of restoring this motorcycle to its original luster from the 1970s, including the brown paint. We're going to try to keep it as original as possible. And that's because this bike deserves to be ridden in its original condition, in its original, you know, just in its originality. There is nothing wrong with this motorcycle at all. I mean, except for, you know, a random, very cold, very angry gauge right now that's going all over the place. And trust me, that was working way better the other day when it was warmer, but apparently it hates the cold because we are sub-zero for you guys in Celsius, and we are definitely below freezing right now for you folks in Fahrenheit. Definitely below 32. But you know, I would rather be doing this than driving a car any old day. And this motorcycle is just the thing to get out there and have fun with. To be able to go out and introduce people to motorcycling in ways that, you know, people have passion about cars for. We want a bike that we could take with us everywhere we go that represents the team and what we're about. And the one thing that most everybody will notice on this channel is most of the bikes that I take out are indeed stock. And most of the bikes I own are indeed stock as well. I've never really done hard modifications to them. I've never really done anything to make them no longer a stock motorcycle. I have made them, you know, pretty much, well, maybe an exhaust mod here, maybe a little mod there, like a windshield or something. But those are nothing. Those do not affect the bike itself. And that's what this bike will represent, is how this team generally looks at motorcycles. Because yes, we do love the customs. We love playing with the customs. Do not get us wrong. We love custom bikes. We love the way they look. We love the way they're built. We love the passion. We love everything about that particular group. And we are part of that group. We want to be part of that group. But this bike simply needs to be appreciated for what it is and what it is stock, what it was originally, how it originally rode and everything. And as you can tell, 1979 motorcycle, and here I am just barreling down the interstate between 0 and 190, and it's not having a problem at all. It's fantastic. I mean, yeah, you have to remember to actually cancel your turn signals, because you actually have to slide it back to the middle to cancel your turn signal. It's not where you can press a button. It doesn't self-cancel. There is nothing on this bike that is, you know, modern electronic whatsoever. This bike is old school motorcycling. Buckhorn handlebars, carbureted engine. It's a little 500cc, but my gosh, it packs a punch. It's a very good riding machine. And that's why I appreciate it. That's why I do not want to molest it in any way, except for getting this thing cleaned up, getting some technical issues taken care of from its 40 years of sitting around, basically, and get this bike into a position where it's fantastic to ride every day and to be an ambassador for motorcycling and for this channel. So what do I want to do with this? So I have the Patreon page. I know I barely use it or barely really talk about it. I talk about the t-shirt sales a lot more. Patreon is where this bike is going to thrive, because I am not sponsored in any way. The dealers that I work with do not pay me. They just let me ride their motorcycles. So I will need help from you guys to help restore this bike. And there's going to be a number of episodes for this motorcycle that we will do under that, and it will be per episode based. And whatever we do with that, we're going to get this bike built. We're going to show how it's done. We're going to show how to restore a bike properly, because I know there's a lot of folks out there that is more into restoring an older bike than to, you know, chop up an older bike too. So I know that there's going to be people out there that want to see this restored, how it's done, what's looked at, what's done. And I want to definitely get that out there for you guys, so you guys get the notes and know what to do when it's time for you to take a beauty like this from a barn and get it back to operating order. A machine that can be appreciated once more by generations to come, not just sitting in a garage any longer. So this motorcycle here is going to be that ambassador for us. It is going to be that friendly leaf, you know, toward everybody. And that's the great part about it, because this bike deserves it. This bike definitely has that feel of it, the look of it, and everything that I like. It's a mid-sized bike. It's not anything huge or anything like that. But it's also unique, being that it's the second year of Honda's V-twin engines, and it's the inverted V, so you had the cylinder head sticking out just like a Guzzi. I mean, it's such a cool motorcycle. It's such a classic motorcycle, and it's such, to me, a timeless design that I'm excited to share with you guys. So in the future, when the Patreon page is getting ready for this, the stuff will go live for it, and I will explain once more in a video what we're going to be doing and what the levels are, because I promise you guys we're going to give back to the community for giving to us the ambassador bike that we're looking for. We're going to give away a full set of riding gear and motovlog gear, so that way you guys can get out there and do what we do and also spread the joy of motorcycling, because that's what I want to do. So at any rate, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. Welcome to Project Valaria, and we'll catch you on that next ride.